Today I'm going to be making a makeup video based on the 1950s. Now, I love the makeup, I love the styling, the hair, everything about it. So that's why every time I do drag, I always do the 50s. So let's start. Okay, first I'm going to put some primer on my face. I'm going to use Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this just really helps fill in the gaps. I'm going to run eyebrow plastic from Kryolan all over my bearded area. Since my beard registers a little bit green, I'm going to use a cream blush, a pink cream blush. This is Oleander from Mercier, and I'm just going to pat it over my bearded area. This is so that the greenness of my beard will be neutralized. Once I'm finished and happy with the coverage, I'm going to use some loose powder from Makeup Designory. This is their translucent powder, and I'm just going to set the cream blush on my bearded area. The foundation that I'm going to use is a cream-based foundation, mainly because I have so much texture with my beard and I have to cover that. Now, it doesn't really necessarily matter if it matches my skin tone or not, because if I do this, I know I'll be photographed or I'll be on stage or under strong light, so I need the dimension. But usually I like to choose a foundation which is a bit darker than my skin tone, mainly because when I cover my bearded area, my beard doesn't come forward, or the texture of my beard doesn't come forward. Because if I start using a lighter foundation, if you look at me or see me up close, you can see my stubble, the texture of my stubble coming through. I usually use like a MAC full coverage foundation, but for today I'm going to be using this palette of mine from Makeup Designory. There. I will be mixing GY1 and YG3 and to get a custom shade. So I've mixed them on a palette and with a sponge. You just pick up some of the product and apply it in a patting motion. Okay, next in the same palette, I'm gonna mix some of the YG3 with the YG1, the lighter foundation, for some highlights. With my small concealer brush, I'm gonna apply that foundation mix under my eye area. Since this is a very full coverage foundation, I don't need to use concealer at all. Okay, once I'm happy with the coverage, I'm going to set the foundation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix two colored powders together. First, I'm going to mix Benai's Luxury Powder in Banana and Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder #1. Now I'm only going to use this in my under eye area and in some parts of my T-zone as some sort of a highlight. With that, I'm going to use a powder puff. It's going to dip it into my new mixture, and I'm just going to apply it in a dabbing motion. Now the reason why I like to apply it in a dabbing motion is because if I use a brush, usually when you swirl it, you drag the foundation away and you can see the streak marks of the brushes. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the rest of my face with a darker shade of powder. Again, I'm going to mix two shades of powder. One is the Zero Loose Powder from Makeup Designory, and one is also from Makeup Designory, and it's Desert. Now, the thing that I like most about this powder is that it is actually a bit yellow, and I am yellow toned. So when I mix these two together, although this is quite dark, when I mix the Desert, I'm able to find the color that would match my skin or my foundation. So after I've set my foundation with some powder, I'm going to get a nice big powder brush, and I'm just going to buff my face and remove any excess. Okay, once I'm happy with the coverage and of my foundation, I'm going to do some contouring. Now I like using a nice kabuki brush. I bought this in Japan years ago. So first I'm going to use this powder. This is Studio Fix from MAC, and this is an NW44. I'm just going to pat the brush underneath my cheekbone. I'm just going to continue patting it and blending it. Next, I'm going to get a nice angled bronzer brush, and I'm going to dip it in my limited edition Guerlain Terracotta Summer Stones. I've been using this for years, and this is actually no longer in the market. I've been looking for it online, but I couldn't find it anymore, so I'm just saving it and using it on very special clients or very special occasions. Now, so I have a little bit of the product on my brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to swirl it around the area where I just applied my contour powder. Okay, so what this does is it actually blends the contour powder that I used earlier, and it creates a nice dewy texture on my skin, which I really love. And it gives me a nice golden glow as well, and I love it. I really love it. I hope they bring it back. Okay, once my contour is finished, I'm going to add some blush. I'll be using this blush here. This is called Rose Petal from Mercier. So with a nice kabuki brush, I'm going to add the blush into the apples of my cheeks. Okay, for the eyes, I'm going to use Mercier's Eye Basics in Flax. Now this product makes my eyeshadows last longer. Okay, now let's move on to the eyes. I've done some of this other eye, and I'm going to be doing this eye now. First, I'm going to use this eyeshadow color. It's named Fresco. This is like my transition shade. So what I'm going to do with this is that I'm going to apply it, concentrating in the outer corner of my eye and applying it along the crease and blending it to my socket line. So I'm going to concentrate the color again at the outer portion and just blend. Now with the same eyeshadow color, I'm going to add some at my lower lash line. Okay, now that I'm happy with the transition shade and how it's blended, I'm going to use Truffle from, also from Mercier. This is a very rich chocolate brown, and I'm going to concentrate that product again on the outer corners of my eye and blend it upwards in small strokes. I'm just going to blend it along my crease line as I drag it along to my inner corners. Okay, I'm gonna add this rich chocolate brown to my lower lash lines as well. Okay, once I'm happy with the blending, I'm going to apply Buttercream, this color, in the middle of my eyelid, from the lash line all the way to above the crease line. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to get a small brush and apply Sandstone, also from Mercier. It's not very shimmery, it's just right, very delicate shimmer. And I'm going to apply that into my inner corners of my eyes and blend it. Before I go on to eyeliner, I'm going to tight line my upper waterline area with Bobbi Brown's Longwear Gel Eyeliner. Let's do some eyeliner. I'm going to be using Real Lasting Eyeliner 24 Hours from K Palette. This is in black, but this is their micro pen. I don't know if you can see it there. It's actually thinner than the other one that I'll be using later. For this eyeliner look, I'm gonna start out thin at the inner corners and make it thicker as I go to the outer corners so that my eyes will look more like an almond shape. Once I have the rough shape of my eyeliner, I'm going to use now the other Real Lasting eyeliner from K Palette. This is a much more thicker felt tip. It's much more easier to apply a thicker line. Okay, now that I'm happy how my eyeliner has turned out, I'm gonna apply some lashes. I'm not going to curl my lashes because my lashes are quite curled naturally, so I'm just gonna move forward and apply lashes. I'm going to use are the lashes that I bought in Vietnam in Benton Market years ago. Now I bought this at a store right across it. I couldn't remember its name. If I do, I'm gonna put it down in my blog. Now I love using this lash because they flare out at the outer corners and it really helps in lifting the eye. I'm gonna apply some mascara. This is Very Black from Maybelline Great Lash, of course. From root to tip, I'm gonna make sure that it blends my lashes and the false eyelashes together. Now I'm a bit tired today and I wasn't able to sleep well last night, so in order for me to look a little bit awake and for my eyes to look a little bit bigger, I'm going to use a beige Kohl long-lasting eye pencil. This is from Sephora in my lower waterline. I'm gonna do my brows. I like the general shape of my brows. That's why I don't really shave them or cover them. But the only thing that I'll do now is I'm gonna apply some eyebrow gel from MAC called Girl Boy because my wig is blonde. I'm just gonna add a generous amount of it just to instantly lighten my brow hairs. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shading to my nose. Now for my lips, I'm going to use NARS Lip Velvet in Sex Machine. This is an incredibly long-wearing matte lip pencil. Okay, now since my upper lip is quite thin, I'm going to line it with natural lip liner from LA Colors. So I'm practically done, so I'm just gonna double check all my makeup and see what I need to do next. So I'm gonna add some of that brightening powder from Mercier, my under eye area, and area close to my nose. Okay, I'm gonna go put on my wig now. I'm gonna show you how I look like after. Okay, so this is my complete look. I hope you enjoyed my little makeup video and I hope it has helped you. I'll be putting some links on my blog, so feel free to follow me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.